Yo, what's up everybody, and in today's video I'm going to be ranking the best Fortnite players from every country in the world. But before we get into this video, I have recently gotten my creator code back, so if you guys want to support me, use code CODSFN when purchasing anything in the Fortnite item shop, and if you do decide to buy something, DM it to me on Twitter and I'll follow you back. This list is strictly on current competitive achievements, and starting off we have Argentina. The best Argentinian player is King. The best players in Argentina are easily King and Phaser, which are a current duo that moved to Europe together, and in their first FNCS on EU they made grand finals but finished 40th after being contested. All time, King is a 4-time FNCS winner and has 11 top 10s in FNCS grand finals. The next country is Australia, and their best players are Alex and Muzz, but I'm gonna have to go with Worthy. Alex and Worthy are a duo together and they have placed second in back-to-back FNCSs. But this season, after Epic banned first place for stream sniping even though they were full wall hacking and using DMA, they got moved up to first. The reason I have Worthy over Alex is because before they started duoing, Worthy played with Daneth where they got a 3rd and a 5th in grand finals. Overall, Worthy is a 2-time FNCS winner and has placed top 10 in 16 grand finals. The next country we have is Austria, and there's really no competition. Their best player has to be Vico. Vico is a player who blew up out of nowhere in Chapter 3 where he placed 7th in Chapter 3 Season 2 grand finals. After placing 7th, he started duoing with Pink, and that's where he got to show his true potential. While duoing with Pink, he placed 8th and qualified to the Global Championship where he placed 10th in the finals. And to start off Chapter 5, he placed 5th in Grand Finals after being contested at the Forecast Tower every game. The next country we have is Brazil, and their best players are Kadu and King, but I'm gonna have to go with King. This isn't the King that we talked about earlier, this is a King that is an FNCS winner and recently came 4th in the most recent Grand Finals. In Chapter 5, King won a Duo Cash Cup and won 2 games in a Solo Victory Cup Finals on 2 different occasions. Overall, King has placed top 7 in 6 grand finals and also has $100,000 in earnings. Now this might be the best country in all of Fortnite. Next up we have Canada, and the best Canadian players are some of the best players in the world like Yamzo, Rise, and the best player of all time Miro. But since this is off of current placements, the best Canadian player is Acorn. In Chapter 5, Acorn had the perfect season. Acorn and Cold won 3 Duo Cash Cups and ended up winning grand finals, qualifying to the Global Championship at the end of this year. Overall, Acorn is a 3-time FNCS winner and placed 7th at the Global Championship last year. The next country we have is Denmark. Denmark has players such as one of the GOATs of Fortnite, Anas, and an up-and-coming player, Marius, and other players like Pablo Wingu and Trippern. But the best Danish player has to be Thomas HD. Not only is Thomas the best Danish player, he's also one of the best players of all time. Even though Thomas has never won an FNCS, he still has better placements than almost everybody. In Chapter 5, Thomas placed 2nd in FNCS and only lost by 1 point, which would make any player go crazy, but this is the 2nd time that that's happened to him. Overall, Thomas HD has placed top 5 in grand finals 11 times with 3 second places and 5 thirds. The next country we have is France, and their best players are Snazy and Andalex, but I'm gonna have to go with Andalex. In Chapter 5, Andalex placed 10th in grand finals and has won 1 FNCS and placed top 10 in 6 grand finals. If you guys have enjoyed the video so far, make sure you guys subscribe. The next country we have is Germany, and the best Germans are a duo, and that's Vidil and Rezon. Together they placed 7th in the first FNCS of Chapter 5 after winning day 1. But when it comes to solos, Rezon has Vidil beat all day. Rezon has won 6 games in the Solo Victory Cup Finals compared to Vidil's 0. Overall, Rezon is the best player in Germany and has 8 top 10 placements in grand finals, with his best placement being 3rd in Chapter 2 Season 5 and in Chapter 4 Season 1. For the next country, we have to go to Asia with Japan. The best Japanese players have to be Pipo Clip, Zagu, and Shalom, but I'm gonna have to go with Shalom due to his land placements. Shalom is a relatively new player, with him making his first grand finals in Chapter 4 Season 1, and since then he's placed top 10 in every grand finals he's played. Shalom placed 3rd in Chapter 4 Season 3, qualifying to the Global Championship where he placed 5th. Shalom coming 5th was the highest placing team that wasn't from North America or Europe, with the 2nd highest placing team being Mshari and Rue from the Middle East coming in 21st. After placing 5th with MK Papa, they decided to split to the shock of everybody. But that turned out to be the right decision, with Shalom playing with Zagu, and they went on to win the first FNCS of Chapter 5, qualifying to the Global Championship at the end of this year. The next country we have is Kuwait, and their best players are Rapid and Mshari, but I'm gonna have to go with Mshari. In Chapter 5, Mshari placed top 5 in 3 Duo Cash Cups and placed 3rd in Grand Finals. Overall, Mshari has placed top 10 in 4 of the 7 Grand Finals he's made, with his best placement coming in Chapter 4 Season 3 where he placed 2nd. The next country is Latvia, and even though there's only one player, he's one of the best players in the world, so we have to talk about him. The best Latvian player is Montage. Not only is Montage now a 2-time FNCS champion after winning this season, he's placed top 4 in grand finals 5 times with 2 wins and 2 seconds. The next country we have is the Netherlands, and their best players are Dioxy and Marine, but I'm gonna have to go with Kiro. In Chapter 5, Kiro came top 10 in 3 cash cups and finished in 3rd in grand finals. With this being Kiro's 5th grand finals and his first placement inside the top 20, I see him being one of the best players in the future. The next country we have is New Zealand, and their best player is Kazi. In Chapter 5, Kazi was able to place top 4 in every duo cash cup finals he played, even winning one of them. Overall, Kazi has been able to place top 10 in 5 grand finals, with his best placement being this season where he placed 2nd. The next country we have is Poland, and their best players are Mixon, Blaha, Yapko, and Paco, but for this one, I'm actually going to go with 2 players, and that's going to be Cami and Seti. Together, Cami and Seti have placed top 5 in 8 different grand finals, winning 2 of them. Their second FNCS win came from the first LAN since World Cup, where they won the 2022 FNCS Invitational, and a year later, they came 2nd in the Global Championship, making them easily the best LAN players of all time. In Chapter 5, even though they didn't do too well in grand finals, they were still able to win a duo cash cup. For the biggest country in the world that I can't name or I'll be demonetized, their best player is Malabuka. Malabuka has the 2nd most PR in the entire world, and 10,000 of that came from when he won his first FNCS this season. Overall, Malabuka has placed top 7 in 6 grand finals. Malabuka is easily one of the best players in the whole world, and I'm positive that he won't have to wait that long to call himself a 2-time FNCS champion. Our next country is Saudi Arabia, and they have amazing players like Hero and Rue, but the best Saudi Arabian player has to be Spy. Spy is one of the hidden gems to come out of a smaller region, and he doesn't get the recognition that he deserves. Even though Spy didn't have the best Chapter 5 so far, only placing top 10 in 2 Duo Cash Cup finals, he is an FNCS champion. Overall, Spy has placed top 10 in 10 different grand finals and has been a pillar of the Middle East competitive scene. The next country we have is Slovenia, and their best players are Misha and Tini, but it's not even a competition. The best Slovenian player is Tayson. Tayson has been in the GOAT debate since the middle of Chapter 2. Tayson didn't have the best Chapter 5, finishing in 15th in grand finals, but not only has he placed top 3 in 9 different grand finals, he has won 5 of them. Tayson is easily the best online competitor of all time and is the first person to reach $1 million earned in only online events. The next country we have is Sweden, and their best players are Moneymaker and Bevies, but I'm gonna have to go with Pixie. Even though Pixie hasn't had the best Chapter 5 so far, he still placed 4th at the Global Championship after they weren't even supposed to be there. Pixie's only top 5 in grand finals came in Chapter 4 Season 1, where he placed 5th, earning $30,000. The next country is Switzerland, and their best players are up-and-coming players like Chap and Cringe, but the best Switzerland player has to be Noah Riley. In Chapter 5, Noah was able to place top 10 in 2 Duo Cash Cup finals and made money in 6 Solo Victory Cup finals. Overall, Noah Riley has placed top 8 in 5 grand finals, with his best placement coming in Chapter 2 Season 5, where he placed 3rd. The second to last country we have is the United Kingdom, and their best players are Nebs and Vino, but since it's going off recent placements, I'm gonna have to go with Pink. In the most recent grand finals, Pink placed 5th after being contested at a forecast tower and fighting until Storm came every game. Pink has placed top 10 in 6 different grand finals, with his best placement coming in Chapter 2 Season 7, where he placed 3rd. Pink is starting to become one of the best IGLs in Europe right now, and after placing 10th in the Global Championship, it's a good sign that he doesn't fold under the pressure. For the last country, we have one of the best countries when it comes to talent. It's between this country and Canada in my eyes for the best country, but for the last country, we have the United States. This was the hardest country to pick the best player from. The best players from the US are Booga, Reet, Peterbot, and Cooper, just to name a few. But since it's going off of current placements, I'm gonna have to go with Cold. In Chapter 5, Cold had the perfect season, winning all 3 Duo Cash Cup finals that he played and winning FNCS Grand Finals. Cold has been one of the best fraggers since Chapter 3, and even though many people think he's cheating, he's placed 3rd in the 2022 Invitational. But if that wasn't enough reassurance, he placed 7th in the 2023 Global Championship, both of those being lands that you cannot cheat at. Overall, Cold has placed top 7 in 10 Grand Finals, winning 2 of them. But that's going to be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sorry I'm not uploading as much as I should right now. There's just a lot going on, but I have big plans for the new season. I also do stream a lot on Twitch, so if you guys want to go watch me there, make sure you guys follow. The link is also in the description. But until next time, see you guys later.